So it was just the 4th of July, and I want to talk to you today about freedom, but a particular kind of freedom, and that's the freedom to say no.
We're going to shoot something really big.
When we're born, going through elementary school, going through high school, there's a lot of adults telling us what to do and where to be. We get through college, that kind of loosens up a little bit. And then after, we're on our own. And somewhere along the way, we learned this sense of obligation. And that can be a great thing. Obligation to family, obligation to your kids, to your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever. But what it also means is that we forgot how to set boundaries. And I recently just started saying no to things. And sometimes I'm saying no to a dinner party, or I'm saying no to that invitation to my friend's experimental dance cycle. Even down to that Bed Bath & Beyond email that I've been deleting for the past 4 years. They must send me 5 or 6 emails a week, and I've deleted every single one of them without reading it. I have a subscription to the Expedia newsletter. This is a waste of my time, and I have to say no to things like that. Social media, right? At the end of every day, they say the average person has 45 digital obligations. And what I mean by a digital obligation is that somebody says hi, we say hi back, they say thanks, we have to say thanks back. It can get out of hand, right? So that becomes kind of a pollutant or a clutter in our life. If we respond to every single one of them, we're screwed. And so I started saying no even to people on social media. I've unfriended people. I have to decide what stuff in my life is going to move my life forward or what's going to clog it up. And I know some of you guys might be saying, well, saying no all over the place has the makings for becoming a real asshole. And I get it. But the reality of that is that I actually am a better husband, a better father, a better friend, a better creator, a better collaborator, a better business owner, because I've extracted some of those things that I just kept saying yes to, that I kept going over and over and returning to, and not really just sort of a muscle memory and just going through it because I was so used to doing it. It's hard. It's hard to tell your friend you don't want to go to that thing. It's hard to do that, but saying no thank you is perfectly acceptable. Some of you might be saying, well, what's this got to do with, somebody who sells web series and makes online content? The way this shows up in my work is that I, would be in an office and I couldn't say no to a boss, or I couldn't say no to a coworker because they might say something to the boss, and then that boss will have, me in an ill light, and then maybe I'll get fired and lose my job. And it became this big mental circus, to the point where I finally had to just say, this isn't for me. I've got to go figure out what this is all about, and I've got to go figure out how I can make that better, how I can make my life better. Saying no brought me a tremendous amount of freedom. I know that might seem like a contradictory thought process, but the reality of it is that I got to set boundaries for myself. And I got to decide how I was going to move my life forward, how I was going to conduct my business. I got to tell clients no, which very often served them better. So saying no gets to buy you a ton more freedom. I'm a big proponent of freedom, and not the patriotic kind of freedom. The kind of freedom that allows us choice and mobility. I think everybody needs that freedom of choice and that freedom of mobility, the ability to go where you need to go to realize the life that you've always seen for yourself. And in the end, saying no creates a more relaxed human experience. And being relaxed, I think, creates better people. And people who are friendlier, people who are more energetic, people who are more generous. So give it a whirl. Say no. Let me know in the comment section what happens when you do.